Welcome back to blah,
I know you
blah,
missed.
blah.
Oh.
What's our intro again?
I always mess it up.
I know you missed us.
No, I was just saying.
missed our
What is that
babblers.
gossip? No,
girl?
I was just saying. I know you missed us.
Oh.
Yes. Well, we missed you too. Welcome back to blah, blah, blah.
Welcome back to my couch. We are so excited to be talking to you guys today.
We know we have to do
Don't
our
we
intro.
do like our intro and then we say our names?
Yes.
Well, I'm Cicely.
Welcome back to blah, blah, blah. I'm Cicely.
Do it one more time. One more time.
Welcome back to blah, blah, blah. I'm Cicely.
I'm Genevieve.
And I'm Zulema.
And today we're going to be talking about beating the winter blues.
Yes. Which is really fitting because we woke up this morning and it was a winter freaking wonderland.
It was a movie. It is a movie still outside there. I have a
It's actually
tree
crazy.
outside my apartment and it's just full of snow.
It really excites me because
it's amazing.
the last time that it snowed was last week and it didn't stick. It started like the sun came out halfway through the day. I was like so excited just to have a cozy day all day long.
Yeah.
Make soup.
Oh.
Like bake.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
I love
Cuddle
eating a
up
soup on a winter day.
under my
God,
blanket.
don't even get me started. No.
But it didn't stick and then it started raining and swept it all away.
You're kidding.
You know. you were here.
You better get some justice for that.
It was so sad.
I know, and everyone was like, "Oh, huge winter storm a brewing."
Yeah.
Where?
Yeah, where?
Here, I guess, now.
Here.
It was
know.
delayed a little bit.
But now I'm kind of getting nervous because it's getting sunny out, which I like, obviously. But I'm like, I don't want it to melt. Like, it's already falling off the
melting.
tree and it's already like becoming slush. I'm like, our winters
After
are just
the
not the
first
same.
hour of snow in New York is just gross.
Yeah, which is so disappointing.
That's why you have to enjoy it. I got up this morning and I literally put my phone away, which I've been meaning to do this for days and days and days. I keep saying I'm going to get up and like read instead of looking at my phone while I eat breakfast. And I actually did it this morning. I put my phone away and then I took my book out and I read my book while I ate my breakfast. And then it was snowing and it was so perfect.
You want to tell the babblers what you're reading?
Speaking of your book,
they
I probably
probably
already
know.
know a tidbit.
Oh, do you? Well, of course I'm reading A Court of Thorns and Roses. Like
course.
the rest of the world, the rest of the girlies. If you know, you know. If you don't, you should know. And it's the best series ever, ever, ever. I'm like 20 pages and then I'm on the fourth one. So I'm like really excited.
How many
to
are
go
there?
back. I don't know. I think there's like 5, but then she has another series called Crescent City, I think.
Where did
which
she
is supposed to be
get these names?
amazing. I want to read that one
Wow.
next.
Okay, I need to
So.
read it. I ordered my first G's. I didn't want to text G asking what was the first one because I knew she would get too much satisfaction.
It was the best day of my
It was
life.
literally the best text I think she's ever received in her life. I was like, what's the first book? Pros and Thorns. Because this girl has been talking about it for so long and I don't know. I've just heard so many people talk about it, and she was like, "I've been waiting for this one," and I ordered it on Amazon. It is literally back ordered.
It sucks because that's a great
insane.
plain book.
I
as
know,
you're
so I think
going
I'm
on a
literally
trip.
going to go to McNally Jackson today and get it. Which the thought of going in public and asking for this book,
No, that's terrifying.
it like hurts my soul a little
Yeah.
bit. But I know it's going to be
think
good. I
that
think
people
they
will
probably
be
read it.
They will
Yeah.
respect you
Yeah.
if you ask for
Also,
it.
the
It's not
thing
what you
is,
think.
rise
And I'm-
up.
right?
Yeah. I'll
Rise up. I'm literally going on like a really long flight today. I'm going to Paris with my family, and
It's actually not that long.
Yeah.
In
how
like
long is it?
It's like
6
less than
hours?
going to
4
LA.
hours or something.
4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually
We got on
crazy.
the flight and we thought, oh my God, this long international flight. It was less time than going to California.
Oh
LA.
my god. Okay,
Yeah.
well, maybe I don't need that book, but I do. But I'm going to go to McNally Jackson today after this is done. I need to run my little ASS over there and get it because
Well, I need to get the next
I need
book,
it.
so
Okay,
I'll go with
fine.
you.
I'll
Okay,
come
yeah.
with you guys.
Okay,
And you'll get the first one?
Will you get the first one? Okay.
Yes, 100%. I want to read it.
Oh, triple handshake.
Okay, speaking of getting up, I want to do this new thing where I put my phone in another room.
Yes.
How, you
Because-
need an alarm clock then.
Yeah, but I'm going to set the alarm so that I have to get up
Oh,
and
I
like
see.
turn it off.
Smart.
Yeah, because my problem is I don't want to spend 2 hours on my phone in the morning.
No.
I'm over that.
No, I think it's like messing with my dreams and everything. I was telling Zoe I had literally the worst dream of my life last night.
Really?
Yeah.
I had a crazy dream too, yeah.
I
I
had
don't
a
know
weird dream
what was
too.
happening.
Something's
I didn't even
happening.
drink. Like I was just like I had a poppy last night, and I think that must have popped up in my head and whatever. I had a dream that my boyfriend broke up with me.
Oh.
This is all in one day. You came up to me and you were like, I no longer want to be friends with you.
Oh.
Zoo came up to me and said she no longer wants to be friends with me. And then I came back to my apartment and Zoo was like, I moved in. And she's like,
to
kicked-
her apartment.
to my apartment. And she kicked me out.
Goodness gracious.
She said, friendship over. You don't get your apartment anymore.
Cicely.
That's insane.
something's going on.
No, literally something's going on.
Me saying I don't want to be friends with you and your boyfriend breaking up with you, that's like a major stress stream.
Yeah,
but I'm
that's
not
big
even
stress.
stressed.
Yeah, but you are. Because if you,
I think I looked it up and
It's
it
your
was like
subconscious.
abandonment. You have like a fear of abandonment or something. I don't know. Don't trust Google.
Yeah.
But you guys better stick around.
You gotta unpack that in therapy.
Yeah, let's unpack that.
I know. We'll unpack that later.
Have you been writing your dreams down?
I wrote my dreams down, which has really
need to
helped
start
me
doing
like
that.
remember them. And I also got this sleep app because I literally talk in my sleep, and I have been recently waking myself up talking. Like, I never talk that much that I wake myself up. Like, I in the middle of the night will be like, and I don't know, I just don't know, and I'm like, what was that? And it's me talking, and it's kind of spooky and it feels really weird. And I've also been like waking myself up snoring recently, and I'm not a snorer. Like, I don't snore.
Well, you are now.
Now I do. And so I've been waking myself up like,
Oh God.
and I'm like,
Oh, no.
I just don't think I'm getting like the right like position for breath, you know? Like, I think something's going on. So I got this app that tracks your like sleeping and it tracks your talking, but I got the free version. So I can only listen to what it tracks in the morning, and I only get my top 3 highlights. I can't listen to everything.
Which is such a bummer because I want to hear
I know.
what you're saying.
I should if there's any good ones, I'm going to screen record them and I'll share them with you guys.
How much do you have to pay?
It's like $30 or something. It's expensive.
What?
I know.
Whoa, wait.
But there's probably cheaper
Monthly?
ones. Yes, monthly.
What? That's insane.
I know, because it tracks like it's like a health, fitness, whatever. But this is the #1 free one.
Okay.
And so you do get like 3 top sounds of the night. But what I've realized is in New York City, that's kind of difficult because I think it's more so tracking my outdoor noises than my indoor noises. It literally was like animal noises. And I was like, and so I clicked on it and it was like, wee, 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 wee. I'm like, that's literally a fire truck or an ambulance going by.
There should be like a New York City setting.
Yeah, there should be there really should. Like, and I want to go up to Maine and try it out, you know?
That would be good. Very
That would be
quiet
good.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, I was thinking about our episode today because last night, one thing that I've been doing to beat the winter blues is drinking like a sleepy girl.
Period.
I just want to make the sleepy girl
Is drinking a
mocktail.
sleepy girl thing. I love it so much. I literally went and bought like the tart cherry juice, like so specific.
I want
and
it.
crazy of me.
You're so wild for that.
I'm so unhinged.
I'm so
and
jealous.
wild and crazy. But I did that. But also, what I've been doing is I've been doing like a sleepy time tea. You know, like the kind of like
I love those.
sleepy time one with the bear on it.
The bear in the little hat.
It's like the best
my
flavor
God.
of tea.
Obsessed.
That and then a scoop of the moon juice magnesium powder.
Oh yeah, I want to try that.
In the tea.
Yeah.
And it is so good, but also it's like almost like a sweet.
Oh, so you make like an
berry
iced
flavor.
tea of the tea?
No.
Oh.
A hot tea, and then you just put a scoop of the magnesium powder in it. I think that powder is actually supposed to be for hot drinks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It probably dissolves better.
Oh yeah, it
Oh,
like
yeah.
dissolves instantly, and then it adds this almost like just a little bit like a sweet flavor to it.
Yeah.
And it's so good, and I feel like I sleep so well, like a rock.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
And that has been like I've been looking forward to like making
It's
that
so
at
nice
night.
to have
like,
a little, like,
cute
treat.
drink.
I feel like that's the key to beating the winter blues, honestly,
Yeah.
is like having things to look forward to.
I agree.
Like something to get you through your day.
like little things.
Yeah.
What have you guys been doing?
What I've been doing, I love to have like, okay, well, since it started like snowing and like kind of being like gloomy out, which I actually like love gloomy weather. So like beating the winter blues is not often difficult for me because I love like nesting and like getting all cozy. But I've been journaling. I usually journal like here on the couch or like in my bed or whatever.
Yeah.
I've been journaling with my coffee on my table.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's
And then like
cute.
looking out the window and like describing what I see, because I think, I mean, I like love my apartment. I'm not gonna like live here forever. So it's just like, I think about my journal, and like I was rereading my like journal entries on like all my journals are on my bookshelf. I was rereading them a couple of days ago, and I was like, it's all about like my problems and my issues and like things that like were important in the moment and like taught me a lot, but like maybe I don't like, it's not like stuff I necessarily like need to like go back and like read. It's like not very interesting, I guess, but it's interesting in its own regard, whatever. But I would have loved to like describe like my environment, like, and I think as I get older, like thinking about like where I am and how I feel and like placing myself like in that moment is something that I'm trying to like focus on more so than like writing about like, oh, blah 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 did this and blah blah blah, you know, like it's like almost feels like more about like reflection rather than like just describing like the things that are happening in my life. Like
Yeah.
I'll like literally journal, and I'm like, my old journal entries, I'm like, oh, I went to the grocery store and then I came home and then my boyfriend came over and then we did this and we made nachos, which is like nice, but it's like like you're saying with the podcast, like almost like a lesson or whatever, like placing yourself. And I think when I start to like journal about like my surroundings and stuff, it also like
almost with the podcast, what?
With the podcast of like having like a lesson with the podcast, you know, like having like something to like leave like viewers with at the end of it, you know. It's almost like I'm trying to do that with my journal entries, less so than like my routine, like
how you're feeling in a moment, not just like what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
which that took me a long time to get to, but
yeah, no, I feel that too. And also just like realizing what you have and being grateful for that, because I feel like so often I'm like worrying about all these small things, but when I take a step back and I'm like, 5 years ago, if I would have like imagined myself in this scenario, I would have been like, oh my god, I know, can't believe she's doing that. I can't believe I'm living in New York, I know, in like this apartment that is beautiful, and I get to like work and do poker nights with my friends.
Yeah,
so it's pretty great,
because you're always, I feel like sometimes waiting until something's finished to appreciate it, or you're at a certain point. I think about with my apartment, like, oh, once all the furniture is in that I want, once it's fully decorated, once my curtains are up, like then I'll be like so satisfied with it or whatever. But then the actual just journey of like getting there
is so exciting.
Is like so
it's
fun.
about the journey, not the destination.
No, literally though.
No, it is.
I also think like in winter, although I do love to nest, I'm always like in a similar vein to what you're saying. I'm always like, oh, like once it's summer, like I'm gonna be so happy. Yeah. And like, oh, once it's summer, I'm gonna feel so good. Or once it's summer, like I'll get back into this because it just feels easier. Whereas like I'm trying to like challenge myself to just like do my things now, even though it is like winter and it is cold. Like get out and do something, you know?
It's like thinking about that saying of like, what you resist persists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's so true with, if you are just pushing away winter and not leaning into it, or like wishing that something was something else. Like going out on the town and like trying to be outside as if it's like spring or summer, meanwhile your high heel boots are in the slush. Like it's going to be uncomfortable, and also I feel like it's just going to be longer and more painful the more you like resist it, rather than being like, why don't I cook a yummy meal inside, or like have my friends over for a cozy night, rather than wishing that it was different. You know,
even like what you resist persists. Like you'll have the same thoughts in the summer too. You'll be like, oh my god, it's so hot, I can't do this.
I can't wait for
winter. I'm like, I'm gonna wait till winter to do that. But it's like, like it'll continue to prolong no matter the season.
Also, sometimes you just have to accept that like you're in a bad mood, and like feel that, really like embrace the bad mood, and know that like it's temporary and you're gonna get over it. Because like every month, like I know that there's gonna be like a couple days where I'm just mad at everything and everyone, and it feels like I'm gonna feel that way forever. And I have to remember like, okay, I feel this way like every winter. I'm gonna feel depressed, and I'm gonna get over it, and like this is just like a moment, and like it's okay. You can feel sad for a second and move past it.
I literally like wrote that. I said lean into it, get cozy, like in my notes, because there's no avoiding it. And especially in New York City, it's like getting your groceries is like such a hassle. Getting your laundry, like you just literally cannot avoid walking around in the slush. Like you just have to do it and like appreciate it, and then like make yourself comfortable in like other ways, you know? While you're uncomfortable with like the weather.
And also knowing that it's like it's not your fault that you're feeling that way. It can be like so many things, like it's so gloomy outside, or like hormones, like our hormones are crazy a lot of the times.
Also like your environment affects you so much, and some people just like love the winter, and so like that's where they thrive. Some people don't. And I've seen like all of these like videos of like, it's just so funny, like on TikTok it'll show like how your environment changes you, and it's like these like people like living in like, I don't even know, like the Midwest or something. It's like all this snow, and then they like move to Florida, or they move like somewhere like warm, and it's like they're like a completely different person. So it's like it affects you so much, like your weather, but I also think like I would take seasons over like anything. I'm from San Francisco, and there's like some like weather changes in San Francisco, but it is very much like Groundhog Day every single day. And I grew up in Maine mostly, and then I moved to San Francisco when I was in high school, or in middle school, primary school. And I remember like we moved there in the summer, and it was August, and it was so hot, and like every single day was the same. Like every single day was so hot, and like for that entire year essentially, like it would rain a couple of days. And I remember my mom being like, oh my God, like I literally can't get anything done. Like I feel so guilty, like being inside or cleaning or like getting work done. She's like, I feel like I have to like be outside all the time because coming from Maine, it's like you didn't get those all the time. And I remember like thinking, I was like, are you crazy? Like I can be in the pool like 24/7. That's so nice. But like, even though it's like winter can affect you can have winter blues, like even like the opposite too can affect people, you know, like having like sun all the time.
In the summer in New York, it's so hot. You can barely do anything.
I know.
Too
Unbearable.
Yeah,
I'd prefer the winter. Do you guys like winter time? Like not just seasons, but do you like winter as a season?
I do for like a month.
Yeah.
And then I'm over it.
My favorite
I feel like February and March are the worst because the holidays are over.
Yeah. I just feel like spring is where I thrive. I love spring. I love spring.
Well,
and
you're
I love
a spring girly.
I'm a spring girly.
Birthday girly.
Birthday's in May.
Yeah.
I just love.
Maybe that's why I like the winter, because
you're a
I'm
winter
a
girl.
December girly. It's in my blood.
It's in your blood.
I have a cold heart.
You're literally a vampire.
Elsa.
You're literally a vampire diary.
My braids, I'm like Elsa.
Yeah.
I love the spring and I love the fall because I love when things are like changing. I feel like really like invigorated by like seasons changing, and even when it goes from fall to winter, like I love that. I love when it goes. I spring from summer. I don't really feel, and summer is just so hard in New York. I love it, but it's so hard. But I just like I get so invigorated by change, and so like Zoo saying, like in the beginning of winter, I love it like for a month because I'm like, ooh. I also love Thanksgiving. I love Christmas. I love like those holidays. Like I love just like being with family.
Something I also used to feel that way, that like February and March are the worst months ever because the holidays are over, and I'm starting to like feel differently about it because I like the fact that there's no like expectations. There's this weird feeling during the holidays that is also can be really fun and invigorating, of you feel like you need to be doing all of these holiday themed things. And I always feel like October, November, December goes by so fast because it's so busy. It's the holidays. It's multiple holidays in a row. Like bang, bang, bang. They hit
It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of stuff going on.
A lot of traveling.
And then it's like so peaceful right now.
It is really peaceful. I've actually been liking it this year. But also it's like exciting because I just moved in.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But I don't know. There's something about, you don't feel any, I feel like in the summer in New York, there's this stress of you need to be out on a sidewalk drinking an Aperol Spritz every day that it's nice out because it's, you know, everyone's so excited that it's summer. But I don't feel any guilt for not doing anything or staying inside. And I don't know.
Honestly, you're nice so right. Because on Friday and Saturday night, and I'm just alone, I'm like
so happy.
I'm happy. I'm not like, oh my God, there's so many people at Times Square. I should be there. I mean, I kind of do feel that anyways, but
I just like I'm such a nester, and I love like cooking at home and like watching TV that like. And I think that coupled with the fact that I have such aggressive FOMO, like I am so like on board with you of like I don't feel pressure. And I even like think like, okay, so there was Thanksgiving and Christmas, and then I went on like to Vegas for your birthday, and then I went to Mexico for my boyfriend's friend's birthday, and that was like all in January, and I was like, that was all great. Those were all like great times. But now I'm going to Paris with my family, which I'm very like grateful and excited for.
Okay, world traveler.
No, that was I'm literally like you like last summer. But I'm like so looking forward to like March, April, because I'm like I'm not doing anything like really in March and April, because I'm like these trips are great, but it is hard when you're like constantly like doing something and like constantly like leaving and like not at home. And like I am such a homebody that I just like crave that time to be at home and like literally not do anything. I have like a few like little things that are like fun activities that I like to do in the winter, I think more so than the summer, and they make me feel really cozy and fun, and they help me beat the winter blues. I love finding a show to like start off, like kickstart winter time, like whether that's Gilmore Girls, Gossip Girl, Vampire Diaries. Like I will rewatch that season,
something
like
that gets you in the mood.
Cozy. Yeah, cozy. I love that.
I love seeing also in those shows like when it's winter time in the show, and then getting like fashion inspiration from the shows, and then it like makes me excited.
Exactly. I love that. So fun.
And like just binging.
Well, that makes me so excited to just like come home, cook at home, and get all cozy and like watch my show. And I watch it once a year. Also Harry Potter. Sorry.
Oh, well, that's a fall thing for me, honestly.
Yeah, I like fall or winter. I also this winter rewatched Narnia.
Oh, I love Narnia.
That hit. Movie. Just like stuff like that, like old school things that I used to do.
I like watching comfort movies too. Like I watched Ratatouille the other day. So good.
Oh my God, I really want to rewatch that. I think also like picking up hobbies or like getting back into your hobbies. Like I love knitting, but I only love knitting in the winter. Like winter, it's a winter activity for me. You know, it's a winter hobby. I also got this like I haven't finished it yet, but when winter first started, I got this like bedazzling kit thing.
Oh yeah,
I remember that.
Yeah. And that made me so excited to just like come home and get cozy and just like have an activity because you're not just like sitting in your apartment like, oh God, like I'm so sad, it's so cold, whatever.
I also wrote down like getting a hobby, and I feel like having something on like a consistent basis, like signing up for like a class. We did a ceramics class like 2 years ago or something, and it was so nice to like have something to look forward to every week.
No,
and,
exactly.
Like, return to that and like see the same people, like going social. And like doing something in person, I feel like is so helpful.
I just signed up for a weekly acting class.
Oh, that's
so
fun.
On Tuesdays, which is just like so nice, like what you're saying, to have a consistent thing that
like
you
a group of people.
Yeah.
And then my last thing that I love doing in the winter is just finding like cozy bars and just like going to cozy bars. Like I love a cozy bar night.
Like and a dark like wine bar or something.
And that just makes me so excited for like, because like in the weekend you're like, oh, do I really want to like go through the snow to go to this place to go to dinner? It's like it seems like a lot, but if you have like one little place, you're like, oh, I'm just gonna go get a drink at this cozy bar. Like I just love that.
In the West Village.
In the West Village.
Particular,
God,
would just hit
so
harder in the winter.
It would. It really would.
Get your $20 drink.
Yeah, exactly. Don't even think about it. But those are my little things.
Hey, I feel like you're kind of really saving money because
during
the winter we're not really doing
We're not going crazy.
Much.
Yeah.
And I'm cooking a lot too, so I feel like when I go out it's exciting.
Something that I like to do to make myself feel better in the winter is have something to look forward to, like plan a trip. Even if it's like a small little trip or like just a small plan that you're looking forward to, I feel like that gets me through because I'm just like, oh, I'm so excited to do this.
Yeah.
Like right now it's my birthday. Like I'm very excited to do a little birthday trip.
Yeah.
Well, that's
like
so
months
fun.
away, but I'm still really excited.
It'll come quick.
It comes so fast.
Did you tell them like what you were gonna do?
No, basically my plan is to I found this like church that they converted into an Airbnb. It's upstate, and my dream was to watch the summer eclipse.
Equinox, right?
No, the solar eclipse. Solar eclipse. It's happening on April 8th. I've been waiting for this day since the last solar eclipse, and the path of totality, which is like where you can see it the best, is like going through upstate New York. And so
Wait, side note, I saw a conspiracy theory on TikTok.
What?
About this.
Can you tell us?
Solar eclipse. This woman, I don't really know what it was, and it's probably #fake news, but the point where it's like the eclipse and then something else is crossing on an X in the United States, and it's crossing, if you zoom in, directly on this town in like, I don't know, Illinois or Iowa or some random place. And if you look at it, it's this very small town. There's like 500 people in it or something. And it's a known like hippie kind of town. And right next to it is a gigantic state park. And I don't know, this woman was basically saying that there's all of these kind of signs that something is happening. Like, she was saying,
oh my God, let's go.
Oh, not a conspiracy like it's fake, but something like it's almost like 2012 again.
As if she was talking about aliens. She was talking about aliens specifically.
So it's definitely real,
So it's for sure real, but I don't know. Some stuff she was saying did make it sound interesting. Also, I think they're predicting a weird weather pattern on that day too. Whoa. So she was like, this means that the aliens are coming. And I was like, okay.
Trust those people though. I'm like, you're tuned into something I am not aware of. So like,
I did see a UFO in Joshua Tree, so I believe it.
But this is what I thought was funny. I have a good picture of that.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I looked at the comments on this woman's thing, and the first comment was that she had mispronounced the name of the town that the cross was on, and I was like immediately no, I don't trust you anymore.
I don't trust you, You're like, you obviously don't have your facts right.
Yeah.
So we're going to see that.
Yeah, so I rented that out, so hopefully,
Sugar Mama.
Hello. Is there enough room for the aliens?
There actually is a lot of room, so I'll invite them over.
Side note, I believe in aliens. And I know that's crazy.
Yeah.
I believe in them.
I mean, obviously.
I believe in extraterrestrials.
I know that they're out there.
I don't think they're like what we see in the movies and green and have big whatever. But my mom grew up in a rural.
It's a hard word to say.
One word I cannot pronounce. Also room. Colorado. Furfilled. Yeah. Okay. Whatever. Treadmill. Whatever. Reese's peanut butter cup. And my mom, like, there's all these stories like in her town of like farmers and like ranchers like seeing all these things on their farms and stuff. So
yeah, that
could be a different podcast episode where we like dive into conspiracy theories. I would love that.
Down.
Sorry. I watched on my drive home from Maine this last
Shane
time.
Dawson.
No. But on my drive home from Maine this last time, my sister watches this one podcast. I forget what it's called, but I will try to find it and send it or put it wherever. And it's like all these conspiracy theories, and it was so interesting.
Remember
I loved
when
listening to it.
Spent that one night just going over conspiracy theories?
Which was probably the best time of my life.
Fun.
Yeah,
that was really fun.
So much fun.
Okay, G, what do you do? What are your tips to get over these winter blues?
Well, we were talking about reading, and you were saying also, this was reminding me, because you were saying get hooked on a really good show that you're excited about. But I wrote down getting hooked on a really good book that you're just excited to tuck into bed and tuck into that book. Yeah.
Which is why I need A Court of Rose and Thorns.
Yeah, just something that you're really, really excited to read. Because reading and being in bed and cracking the window open and there's a cold breeze in your warm apartment.
Wow.
Nothing is better. And you have a hot,
and it's so much better than
on your bedside
like
table.
watching a screen. We're on our screens all the time.
I know.
So. It's so nice. And then also, I mean, one of my favorite things is going to the movies in general. But I think especially during the cold months. Actually, it's a great summer activity too because it's always air conditioned. Yeah. But it's such a great thing to do during the winter, especially if you are doing a lot of solo experiences. I mean, it's a fun thing to do with your friends, but also if you want to get outside without making a real plan with people, just taking yourself to the movies.
It's so cozy. The other day, I went to see Poor Things and I ordered the vodka pasta from Ruby's and I brought it.
Yes, you did.
It brought me so much joy. Oh my God. It was the best thing ever.
Yeah, I love the movies. So that's a great wintertime activity. And I think we kind of talked about what else.
Also, it's like, I mean, I just feel like another theme is we're just saving money during the winter. But if you get like the Regal Pass like we have, it's like a very good incentive to go and see stuff and go use it.
Something that always makes me feel better in the winter is just seeing my friends, like making plans with my friends, because it's such like it's such a lonely time. And so just like, I don't know, hanging out or like FaceTiming a friend or calling a friend or like a family member. I feel like that always makes me feel better when I'm in a bad mood.
Yeah, I also wrote down, this is something that I've been doing recently. I never thought to use Pinterest for recipe ideas. I always see them on TikTok or Instagram, whatever. But collecting, like making a board on Pinterest, if you're into Pinteresting, which I really am, and getting like some recipe ideas, and then getting something that you're really excited to make at home, and going out to get the ingredients. And I don't know, it's just
baking too.
Or baking. It's just such a fun thing. My friend Taylor, for Valentine's Day, she sent me Dolly Parton's cake mix, brownie mix.
Wow.
And it was just like the sweetest. Also, I want to do that kind of thing more. She's so good about, she'll just send you a gift for any holiday or like write you a card. I just love that. But it was such a thoughtful, like sweet surprise. And I was like, oh, this weekend I'm gonna like bake my brownies. Yeah. And so it's nice to have that kind of thing.
Have you baked them yet?
Look forward to. No, I'm gonna do it this weekend.
Oh my God, that's so cute. Yeah. I love baking. So I love having little things to look forward to.
Especially if
I also
it's
love
Dolly.
oh my God, anything Dolly. I love like just like curate. I'm just like such a little like hoarder too, like curating my recipes, curating my like knickknacks. Like I love going on eBay too, similarly to you, and like creating like all these like little folders of things I'm like never gonna buy but like want to buy, and then like screenshotting them and like putting them in like apartment inspo folders on my like phone and stuff. I'm like such a folder girl.
Or like
on my phone.
Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist. I'm always on there.
Except for in winter, I will not be getting anything because I'm not going in the cold.
No, but something else I was gonna say is like going on walks or like doing any sort of like exercise always makes me feel better.
Totally.
Because I feel like I spend all the time inside.
Yeah. I bought weights.
You did?
Yeah, because I was thinking of you because Zoo was saying that she was like weightlifting.
I'm into weightlifting, and now, I went like twice, and now I'm a
Oh,
weightlifter.
you are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If I do something twice, I'm like, I'm an expert.
Yeah.
But I bought like 10 and then 15-pound ones.
Okay, bodybuilder.
Okay,
and alert.
Strength.
I
Okay,
know.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Okay, Thor. I don't know.
Okay,
Paul's like a strong person. And I just do a 10-minute YouTube video.
Yeah.
And it's so
There
awesome.
are so many like
Feels
free
good.
resources too, like online for working out. It's like insane. If I have my little ball of bangles, I'll just go online, I'll look up like 10-minute ball of bangle workout, and like somebody's done it.
The
Somebody
internet
has
is
it.
amazing.
It's
an
such
amazing thing.
an
Don't
innovative
you
tool.
do Tasha though?
I love
Do you subscribe to
Tasha.
her?
Yeah, but I have sometimes like Tasha, like I need to do something. I want to do something like not Pilates oriented. I want to do just like whatever. But I over Christmas break, I have the ball of bangles, and then I have the ball of, I don't know, the weights. I bought them. I don't know what they're called. They like look like little pills. They're like so satisfying to hold.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. It's
Yeah.
just like the smooth thing.
Yeah, and I love them. But for me, it's like I really have to, like, especially in the winter, at least for me, I have to get out of my apartment to work out. Like I will sometimes do like a floor workout, but like I live in a studio apartment, and it is like when I'm in here all day long just like working, as like I'm sure you guys can relate to, it's like it gets exhausting. It's like I just don't want to be in here, and it's like I don't feel motivated.
Yeah.
Also, my apartment gets rolling up your sleeves, so unbelievably hot.
Yeah,
like
it's toasty in
it's
here.
insane. So I have to I love going out for a walk, and I love like just going to the gym, because G said this one quote: "You'll never regret moving your body." And I think about it
one time, Cicely.
I know. I'm like, I literally quote it all the time. I'm like, and I think about it whenever I'm like, I don't want to. And then I come back, I'm like, that girl was right.
Oh my god, should I start like a workout community?
You should start like
merch.
a t-shirt or something. Yeah. You'll never regret moving your body. You said that, and I literally, I think a light went off, and I was like, ding, 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 ding.
Wow, pure enlightenment.
Yeah.
No, it actually didn't like me.
I also love listening to like podcasts when I'm on a walk, or music. Music really gets me through. I don't know what I would do without music. Like I just put on some music when I'm in my apartment, when I'm walking, like literally all the time.
Yeah. I also like,
thank God for music.
this is like such a little
She
random
loves
one, but I love like organizing too in the winter time.
yeah.
Like I love like
Me too.
decluttering, going through all my stuff. This one girl I saw a couple of days ago, I forget who she was, but on TikTok posted this thing. Oh my god, it was literally Bethany Frankel. Sorry.
Oh, they love her.
I know, she was
Oh,
literally
who told me that she has people working for her?
Yeah, me.
working
tell,
for her.
Tell Cicely this.
So one of my coworkers from my last job,
Yeah.
she said that she was working on her Bethany Frankel's TikTok team. I didn't even know that she had a
How
TikTok
funny.
team.
She's a team. And you know what? That makes so much sense, because I was watching her videos and I was like, this is kind of amazing that she's so good at TikTok
too.
at her age. Like, I think my mom wouldn't really know how to make a video.
My mom
She
wouldn't know
has
how to
people
post
doing
it.
it for
Okay,
her.
well, that dream job.
Checks out. Yeah, you should apply.
I'll send her
Please.
your
Hook you up.
contact.
Please. Okay. Well, pause. I'm just kidding. Yeah, please. But I love like nesting. But she said this thing where she was like, you should like live every day like you're kind of not like you're moving, but like you know when like you're moving and you're like, oh, I don't need this, I don't need this, I don't need this. She said that. She was like, you should like go through your drawers and everything and like kind of pretend like, okay, I'm moving, do I really need this? And so I like have been doing
Every
that
day?
Well,
not every day, but like, you know, like every time like you're going through it, like look at your drawer and be like, do I need this, whatever.
Every single day, figure out some things that you can get
No,
rid
but
of.
like constantly be like purging
But
and
also
stuff.
like
that's good.
rearranging your room. I know you love to do that.
Stop.
Like, yeah, just like redoing your space. It can feel like, I don't know, exciting.
I'm like, yeah, I think I like when I moved into my apartment too, I was like so gung-ho and ready to just like get it all together, and I've kind of just like taken a pause, and I'm like, we'll see what happens, you know, with the artwork and the whatever.
Yeah.
And that's been really fun, like this winter too, just kind of like going on Facebook Marketplace and like decorating.
Yeah. Also, my room can get really messy in the winter. Like, I feel like I have zero motivation. And sometimes all it takes to make me feel better is to just clean my room.
Yeah.
Like, put my clothes away,
Yeah.
vacuum, and I feel instantly better.
Yeah. Did you
And
figure out that
it's
good
crazy.
vacuum?
Oh, no, I haven't texted my mom about
Okay.
it. I'll text her.
We're literally grandmas. Well, I think the one thing that I wrote that we kind of talked about but didn't talk about really is just like have patience.
Yes, with
I
yourself.
think with yourself, with the weather, with like everything that's happening, I think it's a really good time, especially for me, to just practice patience is the winter time.
And also know that everyone's feeling the exact same way.
Yeah. Everyone's in this weather.
Yeah. We're gonna get through it.
Oui.
Oui. All right.
How do you say goodbye in French?
Au revoir.
Yeah, sorry.
Au revoir. Kisses.
Kisses.
See you next week. Bye.